Welcome to Timeout with Coach Mike Miller. Coach Miller is the basketball coach with the most wins in LACC history, coaching his teams to a national record of 14 straight conference championships, breaking UCLA's old record of 13. Coach Miller is the first basketball coach in California basketball history to win a state championship at both the high school and college levels. Coach Miller has been honored as Coach of the Year 18 times and has produced almost 100 Division I players. For the next 2 hours, get ready for stats, facts, rants, and your opportunity to chat with one of the most successful basketball coaches in the entire country and his friends. Timeout with Coach Mike Miller.
We're live. Welcome to Timeout with Coach Miller. We are, Scott, in our famous studio, Skidrow Studios, which is
Jewelry District.
Adjacent?
Adjacent, with the big rat out front.
Okay, well, Chris, we started out this show about 4 or 5 months ago. It was always Skidrow adjacent. Scott has somehow warped and maneuvered this thing into Jewelry District adjacent.
Yeah, he switched it on us.
Moving up.
He's pulled a few switches. We went from Skidrow adjacent, Chris, as I recall, to like MacArthur Park adjacent or something like that, or
Pershing Park,
Pershing Square adjacent, and now we're Jewelry District adjacent.
Well, we are in the Jewelry District. We're right around the corner, but we are Skid Row adjacent. We're Pershing Square adjacent. We're nightlife in downtown LA adjacent.
Okay.
The rats have bling on this block.
Nice. I like it. Anyway, welcome back to Timeout with Coach Miller. We have got Jeremy in the sound booth tonight. Jeremy?
How's it going?
I'm doing great. Saw a basketball game tonight, and I'm excited to have Manual Arts in the house tonight, live in studio, deep in the purple, which I love. I love the purple. And we've got a great show tonight. After Manual Arts, we have the St. Mary's head coach, Randy Bennett. They are in town playing Pepperdine and Loyola. They beat something out of Loyola Marymount yesterday. In fact, there was a couple Manual Arts players at that game, and they witnessed that, and I think they play Pepperdine tomorrow afternoon. So
it's like a surf tour.
Yeah, like a surf tour is right. So anyway, I always start the show by introducing our team. This is our team, Coach Miller's team. Jeremy, as I said, to my left is Scott Schultz, my special guest co-host.
Good to see you, Coach.
The same Scott.
3 weeks without a cigarette.
Yeah, I heard.
After 25 years, pack a day.
Yeah, I heard. I've been tracking you. Are you able to sleep at night, Scott?
Yeah, that's actually my favorite time. That's when the nicotine urges are at their lowest ebb. But I'm not feeling violent anymore, and I'm not assaulting strangers and stuff like that. And
okay,
it's all good now. I have like full lungs of air.
Now you could run as fast as Aaron and Khalil probably.
Yeah. Now I can go do Sand Dune Park, run some lines again.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Well,
USC?
Ever since I met Scott, he's been smoking cigarettes. And Scott, I was going to say Scott played for me at LA City College, but he didn't really play for me. But I
didn't play basketball.
Yeah, but he was part of our program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott went on to bigger and better things after he left LACC. Coach Ford, he transferred to UCLA.
Yep.
Wow. And
I got this fancy sweatshirt.
Yeah, exactly. He became the sports editor of the Daily Bruin, which is the #1 college newspaper in the world.
Yeah, probably number one.
It is the #1 college newspaper in the world. And I'm not a UCLA guy, so I'm not saying that because I'm a UCLA guy, because I'm not. But anyway, I was...
And the best athletic department in the world. Don't forget that.
I don't know if I agree with that.
First to 100.
Michigan, University of Michigan, University of Texas, Ohio State may have something to say about that.
Well, it depends on what aspect you're talking about.
Exactly. But Scott just throws out they're the best athletic department in the world.
They have more money than UCLA. There's a whole lot of schools that have more money than UCLA. But in terms of overall national championships for a program, UCLA is number one.
And also as far as national championships per dollar spent, to get them, UCLA by a long shot.
Gotcha.
And more gold medals, not to mention.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to have this debate because I'm not a Bruin.
All you manual arts players, you guys should all strive for UCLA.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
That may
whether
be.
you play ball or not, UCLA.
That may be, and there may be a couple in here that are good enough to do that in a couple years. Coach Ford has got some really good young players that we're going to talk about here as we get into the show and get on the show. But I'm just trying to get through introducing my team, Chris.
Could you?
And I can't because, Scott wants to, here's the thing you guys don't know. Scott is a professional storyteller.
He wants to talk about what he wants to talk about.
And no, they think one of the coaches in the back laughing. No, for real. Scott is a professional storyteller.
Yep. I have a show February 22nd at Stories LA Books and Cafe in Echo Park on Sunset Boulevard. It's called Busted, True Stories About Getting Around Los Angeles by People Who Don't Drive. I have a bunch of awesome people that are going to be performing that night. Free. You guys should go and then apply to UCLA.
Right. And that's the thing, is all these manual arts guys, they just always hang out in Echo Park, right, Coach Ford? I mean, that's just in their neighborhood, and they're just going to go walk down, like you said, take the bus, walk down, and check out the stories in Echo Park.
If the tickets are free, they are there.
I don't know if I've ever seen a basketball court in Echo Park.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I know.
Anyway.
But the tickets aren't free.
Chris, see, I still can't get you introduced.
I know. I know.
Across from me, diagonal, as I always like to say, holding down the paint is my favorite former power forward. You guys would never know that he averaged a double-double. You would probably never know that, but he did.
And not just
a double-double.
Not 10 and 10, 20 and 10.
Yeah.
No, 20 and 15. I don't want to take away anything from myself.
Moses Malone numbers.
Well, Chris Maxwell played for me. That's how old I am, because I'm older than him. And he played for me quite some time ago. When did you play for me?
89, 90, 90, 91.
Wow.
Played against you 87, 88, 88, 89.
Before we go any further, and I'm just going to ask, because I've got Aaron to my left, and Khalil's got the mic too far away from him, Chris, so you have to help him out. So you played for me, Chris, in 89, 90, 90, 91?
Yep.
2
years.
We won a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we won 2 Southern Section championships and a state championship my senior year.
That's right, a state championship. Where was that?
Rebay Academy.
That's right.
Fighting Frogs.
That's right. And we won that in the Oakland Coliseum.
The Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah. Now
Still have the DVD of that too.
So do I.
Actually, the videotape of that.
I've turned it into DVD.
I have too.
VHS.
Okay. Now, here's my question, Khalil. Were you alive in 1991?
No, sir.
Aaron, were you alive in 1991?
I don't even think they were thought of yet.
Aaron looked like he was alive, though.
That's like the Back to the Future stuff for them.
Yeah,
that's the big O right there.
Aaron's got a little, older look than he probably really is.
Nicknamed the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
The Big O. So
grows a better beard than I can.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that's my point, Chris, is these guys that are playing that we've got in show tonight, we're going to get to all of them, is they weren't even alive when you were averaging a double-double for me. And Chris already told the story. We won a state championship. We won 2 CIF championships. We were pretty successul. We were 58-5 in those 2 years that Chris played for me.
I still remember all 5 losses.
So do I. So do I. And you know what? Not a bad record, 58-5.
Not at all.
So
this is the first time we've been together in the same studio at the same time in about a month and a half. That seems like.
That's right. And what happens is Coach Miller is on the road a lot with his team because I'm coaching a prep school team. And there aren't many prep schools in California, so we play most of our games out of town. And luckily I've got a good team here that I can trust, and they hold it down. So when I'm gone, they hold it down. And then Chris,
I can't count how many games I've seen in your absence. Since we haven't seen each other, I've probably seen close to almost 30 games since.
Is that right?
Man.
Wow.
Martin Luther King Day was a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, for me too. I saw about 12 games that day.
I think I saw about 5.
But the one I liked the best was the one where we beat Future Prep.
A great rivalry.
In the feature game that day, Martin Luther King Day. Great game. We beat them by 2.
Where was that?
It was at Pioneer High School.
Great shout out to Coach Gilmore out there for beating Whittier. I haven't gotten their score for tonight, but that was a big win the other night against Whittier High School.
Big. And they play California High tonight, and we need to find out if Coach Gilmore is listening to give us a call, or one of his players give us a call and give us a score. Okay, so I've introduced my team. We're ready to get to work here. We've got a great show lined up. We've got Manual Arts Toilers in the house. Coach Ron Ford, who is rebuilding this program into something special. They've been down for a little bit. They used to be a powerhouse in Los Angeles City section basketball. When you thought about great Los Angeles City section basketball teams back in the 70s and the 80s, you'd think about...
Do some of you players know how good Manual Arts used to be? I mean, you guys are going to end up being good again, but do you guys really realize how good that Manual Arts, the history of your school? Because, I mean, I remember when I was... What year did Dwayne Poley play there? 79? What was that, 79, 78, 79?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the city's championship in 79 when they played Crenshaw. And, I mean, they sold out the sports arena with, like, probably about 1,000 to 2,000 people sitting outside, couldn't get in.
That's right.
And, I mean, you know, Manual Arts is, I hope you guys realize the history of you guys' school and take pride in you guys' school.
Well, no.
One in the nation in the 90s.
They're learning to realize that because Coach Ford is really bringing back a lot of the tradition, and he's doing some great things. I've been there. I've seen a game there. I've seen what they've done and fixed up the gym, and Coach Ford has a locker room going. He's got the old trophies in there. The players, these young men understand that, and I think they're appreciative of it. Now, in the 70s and 80s, when you thought about Los Angeles City section basketball powerhouses, you thought about two. Two came to mind: Crenshaw, Manual Arts.
Mm-hmm. Every year.
And Manual Arts has been down for a little while, as I said earlier, and Coach Ford's bringing them back, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the players and what they're doing. And we're going to get to all that. But right now, we're going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll get right into Manual Arts basketball. Here we go. Run it. This is Coach Miller from Time Out with Coach Miller. I'm here excited to tell you about Medicus Graphics Center located in Los Angeles, California. Medicus is the official printer and graphic designer of Time Out with Coach Miller. Medicus does a tremendous job for any printing need from big to small. Whether you want to print a book or a 4-color poster or business cards, go see my friends at Medicus Graphics Center in Los Angeles, California, located at 2030 Hyperion Avenue. Tell them Coach Miller sent you. Medicus will take care of you like they've taken care of me.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all or be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's Time Out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
Hey, it's Coach Miller. You're listening to my show, Time Out with Coach Miller. I want to talk to you today about my favorite car dealership located in beautiful Hollywood, California. It's called Gem Motors. Gem Motors is located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard. If you want a high-end automobile that's at a great price, whether it's a BMW, a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a Porsche, go to my friends at Gem Motors. They have a beautiful indoor dealership located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard, right across from Home Depot. Go see my friends at Gem Motors. Tell them Coach Miller sent you and get a special discount. The phone number is area code 323-962-9696. 323-962-9696.
Look, It's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
Push him back, though. They're in the dog fight for a minute.
Okay, we're live. We're on the air, Scott. We're live. We're on the air. Let's get focused here. Here we go. Now, we have got Manual Arts High School. We have them in studio live. It's going to be a great show. We've got Coach Ron Ford. Ron, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so it's exciting to see all this purple in here.
Love it.
I love that purple.
Lost my voice, but I'm gonna get through this.
Okay, I love that purple. They're all, they're all rolling in their purple. And my first head high school coaching job was Cathedral High School in downtown LA. They were purple and white, and I have an affinity for purple. So I just got to share that with the audience, not only with the Manual Arts players, but with the audience. And Scott, I don't remember us having. We've had a lot of teams in here this year, but I don't remember us having everyone in school colors like this.
I've seen a couple of them. I remember the green and white team. I can't remember which one it was.
That'd be Pioneer.
Was that Pioneer? Well, I think we've had a few green and white teams. So I think
one of them was a JC, I think, too.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking East LA, but it might have been Tono Autumn. Might have. No, they didn't come in school colors.
No, they didn't. In East LA College, when we had them in, it was one player for the men and one for the women.
Yeah, I was thinking of.
And Scott, speaking of the women in East LA College, I want to give a little bit of news before we get going. And this news comes in tonight from East Los Angeles College. The East Los Angeles College Lady Huskies beat, and Scott, you're going to really enjoy this. I know we're not supposed to root for teams here, Chris, but they beat Pasadena City College.
Nice.
I told you Scott would like this. Don't take it personal, Chris.
I
know you're from Pasadena. He hates the Pasadena City College, especially the women's team. And
yeah, I hate the girls of Pasadena.
Okay, East LA Lady Huskies 72, Pasadena City College Lady Lancers 67, and Pasadena was ranked number 3 in the state.
It's not a good day for Pasadena because Pasadena High lost tonight 55-51 against Cristina Valley. So it was not a good night for Pasadena teams.
I guess not. Now the thing is we want to give a special shout out to Bruce Turner and his crew, the Lady Huskies, for pulling off that major upset. And Scott, do you have any comments before we move on?
I like Coach Turner, and I had a feeling that they were going to turn that program around.
Yeah, no doubt. And what do you think the Pasadena Lady Lancers are doing right now? What do you think they're doing right now?
Highly upset.
You have no idea what they're doing right now, right?
Kicking over some chairs, maybe. I don't know. If I was Pasadena, I'd be pretty PO'd.
Is that right?
Well, when you're number 3 in the state, you got to complete the job.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad that the East LA Lady Huskies won.
Me too. I've gotten past my Pasadena ran up a score against a women's team at City that I was working with. The first team we put together, we put our bench in, and they put their starters back in and pressed, to run the score up.
We get a lot of that in the Coliseum League.
Yeah, so I held that grudge, but you put that behind. But I also like East LA, so I always root for the inner city schools in the conference, in the South Coast Conference, over the suburb schools, because I think that I think that they appreciate it more. I think that they work a lot harder, and I think that they work with a lot less.
No doubt.
I always root for them.
Well, anyway,
Good
Scott,
job, Huskies.
you got a double whammy tonight. You got the happiness of East LA College winning and the happiness of Pasadena City College losing.
I hope they got some Tommy burgers on the way home.
Nice.
That's where we need to go.
That's right. Well, listen. We're here and now with Manual Arts and Coach Ron Ford. And To my left, Coach, I've got, one of your top guys this year. He's a senior. Tell us about him.
Aaron Crawford.
Aaron Crawford.
We call him the Big O.
The Big O. Why?
The glue of the team.
The glue of the team. Why?
Aaron, one of those old school players, look like a grown man.
Okay.
But he's not even 18 yet. So
You're not even 18 yet, Aaron?
Man, you look 35.
Okay.
So we got standing jokes going on. I won't tell you what they call me, but we nicknamed him the Big O. He had to look it up, which gave him a little history lesson. But when he found out he averaged that triple dub, he was all right with it.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
Then we got Sleepy Floyd to the right.
Sleepy Floyd. Well, we're getting the nicknames, but we need.
That's an encyclopedia time.
Yeah, that's right. But we need the real names. So we have Khalil Flowers. We have Khalil Flowers over there next to you, Chris.
A.K.A. Eric Sleepy Floyd.
Okay. What does
I
he?
remember Sleepy.
Does he look like Sleepy Floyd?
A little bit.
If he took these headphones off, you see the ears.
Oh, I got it now. Okay, I got it now. So we've got two of your top guys here. They're both seniors.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's start with Khalil. Khalil, you're a senior. Is this your first year at Manual?
It's my 4th year.
So you've been there all 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I love that, Scott. Chris, we hardly ever see that anymore, where a guy is at the high school for all 4 years.
Right. You get so many transfers nowadays, especially in the city section. I mean, they're going back and forth. But, it's good when you see kids that, when we have Westchester in here also, they had a couple kids that stayed all 4 years.
That's right.
Skidrow.
See that.
That's right.
I just wanted to pronounce that correctly.
San Pedro. San Pedro.
Yeah.
We learned that last week on the show. So, Khalil, you've been there all 4 years. How many years on the varsity?
3.
3? Okay.
Nice.
Tell me your sophomore year. Do you remember your sophomore year? How many points did you average?
I didn't really play that much that year.
Okay. So just kind of getting your feet wet?
Yeah.
Okay. And your junior year, last year?
I don't know, 20 or something?
Give him about 21.5.
Wow.
The
As
big
a
league.
junior. Wow.
That's a lot of points, 21.5. Wow. Okay. And now, your senior year?
We don't pay attention to stats. We just like to keep playing and trying to win.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Coach?
He had 27 last game.
It was last game or tonight?
No, not tonight. Tonight was a tough one.
Okay. All right. So 27 on Wednesday?
Last Friday.
Oh, last Friday. Okay. Who was that against?
Dorsey.
Dorsey. Okay, good. So that's good numbers,
We
right,
will
Chris?
see you again.
Yes.
That's good numbers against Dorsey. Okay.
You guys play Dorsey one more time?
No. We will see you again, though.
In the playoffs coming up.
Nice. I like that. Okay, so Khalil, let me ask you this: what is the strength of your game? What are the 2 or 3 best things you do?
I think driving.
Okay.
And I guess shooting.
Okay. And that's 2. Give me one more.
Driving some more.
Driving some more. Okay. Coach, is he a better driver or a shooter?
Khalil is a scorer.
Okay. But I got that with the 21 as a junior. But and when he says driving and shooting, I got that he's a scorer. But which one is he better at? Is he a better driver or a better shooter?
If he's driving and he's making his layups, the jump shot going down too.
Okay.
But if the layup's not going down, that jump shot is a little bit off. So he got to get into a rhythm, which don't take him long.
Okay.
So we have the benefit of, if he not on, then the Big O on. Now we have another guy. He's not here right now. Kerry Sessions. So number 21, he's a junior.
Okay.
So with those 3 on any given night, if we get both 2 out of the 3 on, it's going to be a long night for anybody.
Gotcha. Okay, I like it. Okay, so let's jump over here to Aaron. Okay, now let me ask you this before I get going any further. I understand, I've heard on good authority that Khalil and Aaron might be related. Is that true, Aaron? Is that true?
No.
like we just basically call each other, cousins because we're real tight like that.
Okay.
They live together.
Okay.
And you asked me that the other day, and I heard them tell you they was cousins, and I'm like, wait a minute, okay, they live together. What didn't I know about that? So I'm like, I had to investigate that also.
Okay, I got you. I'm just doing my little investigation, Chris, like I like to do.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got Khalil Flowers and Aaron Crawford, and they don't
Best friends.
Best friends. They don't look alike though, do they?
No, not at all.
I was trying to place like how were they related here?
Yeah,
like,
mom, sisters,
dads,
sister,
brothers.
brother.
I mean,
It might be his dad or something. That
Could be.
full beard.
40.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he might be your dad.
Probably.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
He's aging backwards.
Okay, I got you. Okay, now how about this? Who's older? Who's older between Aaron and Khalil?
Me.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you 18 now?
Yes, sir.
No, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And you're 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are older. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, that's good to know. So, and we got to the bottom of this. They're not really real cousins. They're just tight. So, okay. So, Aaron, Coach calls you the Big O. What do you do best?
I'm unselfish, and I like to see my teammates do good also.
Okay. So if we had to put that and define that into a skill, what do you do well?
I'm a good leader.
You're a good leader. Okay. I like that. That's a skill. I believe this, and I'm going to tell all these young guys out here because I think that I really like this team, Chris. That's why I invited him to come on the show. And I like what Coach Ford's doing. He's doing a great job, and his staff, they're doing a great job. But I'm going to share with you this concept. And when I had Jim Clemens on this show, who is a good friend of mine, he's now the assistant with the Milwaukee Bucks, and he was with Coach Jackson for a number of years, won a lot of NBA championships. He and I always talk about this. We talked about it on the show. Energy, enthusiasm, and attitude are skills. Those three things are skills. Okay, energy, enthusiasm, attitude. Okay, those are skills, just like passing, dribbling, and shooting. So I can appreciate when Aaron says he's a leader and he wants to make his teammates better. I can appreciate that.
Right.
Those things are very important, and they're often overlooked in basketball.
Because I've seen some really good kids in the last couple of weeks with some very poor attitudes. So that is definitely a skill that's worth working on.
Yeah, no
I've
question.
seen a lot of kids with bad attitudes, for decades.
Yeah.
Angry Bird.
You see a lot of good players, and then you find out that I'll ask the coach, "Hey, whatever happened to so and so?"
Oh, well, yeah, we've had a few of those too now. Okay, our phone number is 1-800-893-9562. That number again, if you have a question for anyone in the Manual Arts program, 1-800-893-9562. Scott, our show is available also on iTunes.
That's correct. And all you got to do is go into iTunes, type in Time Out with Coach Miller, and you can subscribe. That's free, and you can pull out all the previous episodes as well.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Like if you're bored and it's raining on a Sunday and you want to like listen to 10 Time Out with Coach Miller episodes in a row, you can.
When was the last time it rained on a Sunday in California? Yesterday was like the first rain I've seen since I've been in California.
Well, yeah, it hasn't rained much this year, but anyway, it's raining jumpers on the Manual Arts opponents when Khalil is hot, though. I'll tell you that.
And the Big O is filling the stat sheet.
Now I'm gonna ask Aaron. Other than Khalil, you can't say him. Of these guys in studio, who's the best shooter?
I have to say Aaron Taylor.
Aaron Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Aaron Taylor's the best shooter in here other than Khalil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Aaron's going to be on next then. When we go to break, we're going to bring Aaron on next now. Okay. Now, Khalil, let me ask you this. Other than your fake cousin over here, okay? Other than your fake cousin over here, who do you like to play with the most out of everybody in studio tonight?
I say ninth grader Allen.
Wait, who?
The freshman.
Allen, the freshman?
Allen Daniel.
And why is that?
Because he played hard every play, and he got my back on the court.
Is that right? Wow.
Now you know
And
the
he
rest of
can
your
shoot.
team. You know the rest of your teammates is going to look at you kind of sideways now, right?
Hey, that freshman grew up 2 games ago.
You know,
and he here to stay.
You're not a freshman anymore, huh?
Okay, well, you know what? I tell you what, we've got something going, Chris, that I'm going to share with you. This is going to be news tonight. Now, Coach Ford knows a little bit about this because he's on the advisory committee, but our show, Time Out with Coach Miller, is going to sponsor a city section all-star game. Not just a game, an event, and it's going to be held at a college. It's going to be either the end of March or early April. We'll get the date nailed down here. And it's going to be an event, not just a game. So there's going to be a brunch and an award ceremony, and then there's going to be 2 games. Actually, no, 3 games. There's going to be a team from the South Bay, a team from the Valley, a team from the West Side, a team from the East Side. And we've got, and our show is going to sponsor that event. It's going to be a huge event.
Is this going to be all-star teams or just an
all-star game?
Okay.
Games that day.
Okay.
It's a one-day event. Now, we've got Coach Ron Ford. We've got Coach Ed Waters from Crenshaw. We've got Coach Steve Ackerman from University High School. We've got Coach John Bobich, who was in here from San
Pedro
High School. And we've got Coach Sam Sullivan from Fremont. And we've got, Joe Reed, Coach Joe Reed from Huntington Park, who's a good friend of mine. That's our advisory committee for this game. Now, we're going to have those 2 games, Chris. It's going to be the first game after the brunch and the award ceremony. It's going to be the Valley against the South Bay. Then it's going to be the East Side versus the West Side.
Neat.
Now, after that, there's going to be an underclassmen all-star game.
Wow.
So now, if this guy here is as good as Khalil and Coach Ford is saying, Mr. Daniels over here, Alan Daniels.
Alan Daniels.
ALAN Daniels. If he's as good as all that, he might make that is going to be a very prestigious underclassmen all-star game. Okay. So this is big news. It's the first time that anything like this has been done. And we'll see. We'll see if Mr. Alan Daniels is able to make that all-star game.
You should have broke out one of those sound effects before you did that.
You know, that's a big deal. I tried to break out a sound effect, but Jeremy's sound effect board isn't working. Okay. Is it working now?
Oh, just run the board now.
You talking to me?
That's the sound effect you come up with for that big announcement?
Well, okay. This is the one I had. This is the one I had for Pasadena City College after they lost tonight to East LA Lady Huskies. I had this one.
Is that the coach?
Okay. I had that one there. But then I had...
Stop trying, you sniveling ass. Stop your nonsense.
Okay. And that was me telling them, stop your sniveling ass and your nonsense. But none of those were working earlier. So what can I say, Scott?
Could you give us a big announcement effect?
Announcement effect?
That was a big announcement, that All-Star game.
I don't know that I have anything appropriate in here for a big announcement.
Here, I'll give you one.
Okay.
This is like stolen from Fox.
Oh, is that right?
Da 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 da.
Nice.
We get a big news breaking here. Give us the news, Coach.
The news is our show, Time Out with Coach Miller, is going to sponsor a event, not just an all-star game, an event, okay, held at a local college with 4 teams representing seniors in the city, South Bay, Valley, East Side, West Side, followed by an underclassmen game. So we're going to see if Alan Daniels is good enough to make that city all-star game for the underclassmen. Hey, we've got a call. Caller, you're on the air.
So, I have a question for the seniors now.
Okay, you got a question for the seniors. Go ahead. I've got Aaron and I've got Khalil right here.
All right, so for the returning seniors, I want to know what it's like trying to teach the underclassmen Coach Ford's way of game, because I've heard he has a different style than a lot of the coaches that coach in the inner city.
Okay, so who's going to take that question? Khalil, you going to start with that?
Yeah.
So how are you helping out the underclassmen?
Well, basically, we don't really have to help because they from hearing Coach Ford, they already know what he wants. And from us, it's like repeating to them on the side, then like they can see, like in games especially, like when he's yelling and encouraging people to like do better and keep your head up and stuff like that. It shows you what he wants, and he stresses defense most importantly. So and they know that.
And Aaron, do you have anything to add to that?
I basically tell him that, you know, if he do good in school first, then, you know, it'll carry on to the court.
Nice. I like that.
Do you think, Khalil, do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you guys setting that example?
Yes.
Okay, what's your GPA right now?
I don't even know, to be honest.
How do you not know what your GPA?
I know the attention to stats.
I have a 3.1.
You have a 3.1?
Yes, sir.
What's your SAT score?
I think it's 1650 or something, 1600.
What if you took away the writing and just had the math and the English?
Well, last time I remember you telling me it would be like 950 or something.
Wow, 950. That's not bad.
That's nice.
That's not bad, right? And 3.1. Now, someone over here doesn't know his GPA. Is that what you're saying?
But we know it's at least a 2.0, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because if not, you wouldn't be able to play. So now, would you say it was a 2.5?
Most likely.
2.7?
Nah.
So somewhere in between a 2.0 and 2.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's your math?
Wait a second. 2 plus 2?
4.
Okay. He passes. He gets an A.
He got it.
He gets an A in my book.
He could get
Can
in
I
the
ask
city.
a question? Caller, what is your name?
Caller, are you still there?
Might have lost him.
We might have lost him.
Oh.
That happens sometimes.
I believe that caller was my son, Joshua.
Oh,
How
okay.
you doing, Big Josh?
Okay.
That's funny.
What's up, man?
I knew that.
He was just hiding from you there.
And if you're on the phone, can I do this over the air? I got to tell my baby I love her too.
Okay, go ahead.
Love you.
Okay. You want to give you want to say who your baby is?
Does his son go to Manny Arts?
No, he's a football player at St. John Bosco. They just
Okay.
won the national titles.
Right. Number one team in the nation.
That's nice. That's nice. Well,
But the number one in the household.
That's
is-
why he's Big Josh.
that's right. Okay. Well, our phone number again, in case someone other than Big Josh wants to call, is 1-800-893-9562. Hey, we're going to take a short break, and we'll just come right back after a short break, and we'll bring these other two guys on the air, okay? Here we go, Jeremy. Let's roll a commercial. Hey, this is Coach Miller. I'm excited to tell you about my new instructional videos that are on DVDs, produced and distributed by Scoreboard Media out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Scoreboard Media is a great outfit. They also publish books on recruiting and basketball. But what I want to tell you about is to make sure you get a chance to see my post-play DVDs. If you want to become a better post player, score more in the post, and be more effective for your team, why not check out my DVDs? These great instructional videos will really help improve your game. Scoreboard Media is the place to get them at.
Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like who ready to lose first. 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career.
Okay, we're back. We're live. We are at Skidrow Studios. We are a simulcast show, which means, Scott, we are live audio and live video.
Yep.
We are on iTunes if you are not watching us live.
Also at skidrowstudios.com.
And at timeoutwithcoachmiller.com.
And on YouTube.
On YouTube.
on Skidrow Studios YouTube page.
Nice. Jeremy, are we on YouTube now?
Yeah.
Excellent. And so how do our listeners go to YouTube and find the videos?
Just go to youtube.com and search for the Skidrow Studios channel, and everything we do is listed there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's good stuff. Now, again, congratulations to Bruce Turner and the East Los Angeles College Huskies for their huge upset today at home over number 3 ranked Pasadena City College. I want to give a special shout out to a guy named Dustin Shanklin. He has a company, Chris, named SRE Racing Engines. And that's Dustin Shanklin, and he specializes in motocross bikes, engine quads, and street bikes. And he's local here to the LA area. He gets his work done fast, turns his work around. And that is Dustin Shanklin, and at SRE Racing Engines. That phone number is 818-517-1290. And he's a big supporter of the show, and I wanted to give him and his company a special shout out. So here we are. We're back. We're live with Manual Arts. It's exciting to be here. It's exciting for me, Chris, to go into that Manual Arts gym and feel the energy. It's alive again.
Right.
The gym looks great. Coach Ford is very enthusiastic. You heard kind of the last caller asked a question. I really thought that Khalil did a great job answering that question too. And Chris, I appreciated you putting it to him, rephrasing that question. And I thought Khalil did a great job and kind of indicated, the questioner about Coach Ford's energy and his expectations. And there's energy in that gym. And there's energy in this studio tonight. We've got some young players here. We've got 2 young players right here now live on the air. And, they're maybe a little bit nervous, but they're good. They're going to be good. Chris, help him out there. Get that a little closer.
He's good.
That's
lean up to it when you get ready to talk.
That's Aaron Taylor.
Yes, Coach.
That's Aaron Taylor. He's a junior.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I asked about who was the best shooter
other than Khalil, he said Aaron.
What happened? The other Aaron Crawford, said he didn't even hesitate. He said, "It's you." He said, "It's Aaron Taylor." Are you a good shooter, Aaron?
Yes, Coach.
Okay.
Now, Aaron, who's better, you or Khalil?
Well, honestly, to me, nobody's better than me.
Okay, hey, you gotta have that mindset.
And I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
I mean, he has to have that.
Yeah, it's a shooter's mentality.
You have to have that mentality that no one is better than you. Don't let nobody take that away from you either.
I'm not.
Buckets.
Okay. Well,
is that your nickname?
Is that your nickname?
That's a standing joke.
Okay, I got you. Well,
you can name him Downtown Freddie Brown.
There you go.
Never nervous, perfect short. It's a rainbow shot.
Okay, so Coach, when you put Aaron in the game, Aaron Taylor, when you put him in the game, you're expecting him to shoot?
When Aaron's in the game, his energy.
Okay.
You're gonna get the dipsy doodle and bam. And the crowd, the crowd just get hyped up. And that's when he started playing defense.
Okay.
And that's when he starts.
You only start playing when the crowd
There's a story about these 2 guys here. I'm glad they're underclassmen because I already know what he gonna do. But the freshman nails. As soon as he touch it, just rebound. Just going up.
Right? Is that right? Okay. All right, I've got a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Jeremy, can you put the call through? Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Sherrod, the equipment manager.
Oh, the equipment manager, Sherrod from Trade Tech?
Yeah.
Hey, Sherrod, how are you?
All right, good. Yeah, I just wanted to call in our score tonight.
Okay, great. Who did the Trade Tech Lady Beavers play tonight?
And we played Compton, college at Compton.
Did you get that road win?
Yeah, we won 83-63, and we're on a 4-game winning streak now.
Nice job.
That's a nice job, is right.
Good-sized winning streak.
Nice job. Congratulations. And is Coach Morgan with you right now?
No, not right now.
Okay, well, you tell Coach Morgan that I said congratulations.
Great win.
Okay. That's a great win. It's always great to win on the road. Compton is a tough place to play. I've coached many games at Compton College over the years, and it's a tough place to win at, and to win by 20 is good work. It's good work. Now, you said you had a 4-game winning streak going. Tell me who the others were.
Southwest, El Camino, and LA Harbor.
Nice.
We're off to Mount Sac on Wednesday.
Okay. Now, did you hear the big news? Because I'm going to hit this again. Scott, I can't resist. Did you hear the big news tonight, Sherrod, that the East LA College Lady Huskies beat Pasadena City College, number 3 team in the state? Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I mean, we beat them at Trade Tech, so we have them next week, next Friday at Eli.
You guys beat them too?
No, he's saying they beat East LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But did you know that they beat Pasadena tonight?
Yeah, I seen it tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the call, Sherrod. We appreciate you calling in and keeping us informed with the Lady Texters, okay?
All right.
Give my best to Coach Morgan. Tell him I said hello.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the call. Okay. Our phone number again is 1-800-893-9562. Okay. So you put Aaron in the game. You put Aaron Taylor in the game, and he's going to start shooting. Is that what happens?
Well, he's not the first option, but he ain't going to let it slip past him too often.
Okay.
Once Khalil get going, then Aaron get going.
Now you got something going.
Then you see this Aaron, you can see it coming. The ball in his hand. He going to dribble through the legs. He going to make something happen.
Okay. Now, Aaron, it's great to be a great shooter, but you have to be more well-rounded than that. You know that if you're going to play past high school. So what are you going to do to work on your game to improve some areas?
Well, I'm work on my dribbling and start passing more.
Okay.
Looking for my teammates in the open area.
Okay, nice. Okay, good. How about playing defense?
And play harder defense.
Yeah, I think you need to do that. I think you need to do that because it's not just all shooting, okay? It's defense too. Okay, now, over here I've got Allen, okay, Daniels, okay.
Freshman.
He's a freshman. Now, he might be – now, I'm gonna ask Khalil and Aaron over there. They're not on the air, but they can kind of like give me a thumbs up. The cameras can see you and stuff, okay? Is he a guy who might be good enough to play in that city underclassmen all-star game? You think he might be good enough? Okay.
Got a couple thumbs up.
Okay, got a couple thumbs up. Okay. So Alan, what do you think? Coach said you go in and you play hard. You give a lot of energy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You want me to ask him to elaborate, Scott? Okay.
Okay.
So is that your job when you come in? Is to bring a little bit of energy to the team especially when they're lacking?
Yes.
Okay, we have a variation between yeah and yes, so we're good.
Strong silent tag.
Okay. But you guys, he's only a freshman, ninth grader.
Yeah,
ninth grader, and I think that's great that he's on the air. In fact, I'm gonna put him. Chris, hold on. I'm gonna put him in case his mom tunes into iTunes. Or
is he the first freshman to get interviewed on air?
I think he might be the first freshman to get interviewed live.
Yeah, I don't recall any freshmen.
Now he can go to YouTube and do the search for Skidrow Studios.
Yep.
And find our show. And he can come here, and he's the little freshman here that Coach has. And so, okay, now, what do you think you do best as a player?
Play defense.
Play defense.
Good.
Hey, Aaron, did you hear that?
That's good.
Okay. All right. So play defense. And what do you need to work on the most?
Passing the ball more.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. And talking a little bit more, right?
Yeah, what player doesn't love having a teammate that likes to play defense and pass the ball?
Now, I'm guessing the rest of his teammates, he's not this quiet, is he?
I can give you a story.
I'm pretty much betting you guys can't shut him up sometimes, right?
Yeah, but right now I got the camera right on him. Coach Ford, what do you got?
I got a story. Aaron popped his shoulder out 2 games ago. So Aaron he's a gamer. He didn't want to come out the game, but we told him we're going to rest him. So we're in the coach's office. He tell Aaron, don't worry about it. You don't have to play. I'm starting for you. His injury went away real quick.
I'm good, Coach. I'm good.
So as far as confidence, as a ninth grader,
not lacking for it.
If he continue to work hard, you're going to hear about him down the line.
Okay.
That's how much talent the kid has.
I gotcha. Okay, I've got a caller, and caller, you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
Coach.
I am here.
How's it going?
I'm good. What do you got?
These kids, do they got a work ethic?
These kids here? Well, I haven't seen them practice, but I've seen them play, and they play hard. They really play hard. So, I can't speak to the work ethic in practice because I haven't been to a practice yet, but I might get to one.
Yep. They got to have work ethic.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you got? You got a question? Was that your question?
Yep. I just want to know, besides practicing, do they have time to put in that work ethic to get to the next level?
Well, Coach Ford has a work ethic, that I know, and if they're in his program, I'm pretty sure they have a work ethic to equal his or to try to equal his. I was impressed with the game I saw. How hard they played. And so, that's how I would answer that question. Coach Ford, you want to answer that question? Do your players have a work ethic? Our caller wants to know.
Our work day start with a run around USC, which is probably about 3.5-4 miles. Then when they hit the gym, we have a 10-8-6. Y'all know what the 10-8-6 is, right? That's pretty much a sprint, wall to wall. Then we start practice.
There you go.
I like it. You do that every day, Coach? Or most days?
When need be.
Okay.
That's the attitude adjustment.
Gotcha. Well, caller, thank you for calling in and asking that question, and we appreciate your participation tonight.
All right, Mike. This is Nick.
Nick.
I'll see you.
Okay. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for calling
Later.
in. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Our phone number again is 1-800-893-9562. We've had a couple good calls already tonight, Scott. We still have got Aaron and Alan over here, these underclassmen.
Yep.
I don't think I want to let them go quite yet. I'm gonna go back to Aaron. Aaron, now let me ask you a question. Okay, what guy that hasn't been up here yet is the best defender that could guard you as a shooter? What guy over here?
Terrell.
Terrell.
Yeah.
Is Terrell the best defender up there?
Yes, Coach.
Okay. You sure?
Yes, Coach.
Okay, I got you. And Alan, let me ask you a question. Okay. Which guy out there is the best passer? Because you said you needed to work on passing. Which guy out there is the best passer?
Sonny.
Sonny's the best passer? Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's take a 1 minute short commercial break. About a minute and a half, Jeremy, all together with our theme song, and we'll come right back with Sonny. Wait, we're gonna bring in Sonny and who?
Terrell.
And Terrell. We're gonna bring Sonny and Terrell in, and we're gonna put them on the hot seat. Okay, let's go to commercial. This is Coach Miller from Time Out with Coach Miller. I'm here excited to tell you about Medicus Graphics Center located in Los Angeles, California. Medicus is the official printer and graphic designer of Time Out with Coach Miller. Medicus does a tremendous job for any printing need from big to small, whether you want to print a book or a 4-color poster or business cards. Go see my friends at Medicus Graphics Center in Los Angeles, California, located at 2030 Hyperion Avenue. Tell them Coach Miller sent you. Medicus will take care of you like they've taken care of me.
State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08 going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams. 43, everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things. Talking informative conversations. Listen to the real. Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.
Sorry, what's your last name? Engel?
Yeah.
Engel? Okay, we're back. We're live. We're on the air. Welcome back to Timeout with Coach Miller. I've got Coach Ron Ford from Manual Arts High School and his crew in here, the Manual Arts Toilers, dressed deeply in purple tonight, which we love. And I've got my team. I've got Jeremy in the sound booth. I've got across from me my favorite former power forward, Chris Maxwell. He held down the paint for me, Scott, for a couple years, got a lot of rebounds.
Yep.
Scored a few baskets here and there, too.
A couple.
Put up those Kevin Love numbers.
And he won a few games. What did we win, 58 games in 2 years?
58-5.
That's not bad.
At all.
That's not bad. Now, over to my left, I've got my special guest co-host, Scott Schultz.
Yep.
From LACC to UCLA.
Yep. Sporting the yellow and blue.
And between us, we've got Sonny Engel, who just came on the air. In fact, let me get a little camera on Sonny right here. Because we are live on YouTube and iTunes later on, right? Well, I guess we're not live on them. We're live now
We're
on the air.
live now on Skidrow Studios.
That's right.
And everything else is live on video.
That's right. So we've got a little Sonny Engel here on the air now. So we got Sonny called up here a minute ago because someone said that Sonny was the best passer. That was Alan Daniels said that Sonny was the best passer on the team. Is that true, Sonny?
Yeah.
You know what? I can attest to that, Chris. I went and saw Manual Arts play. They played Fremont. It was a really good game, a tough game. And and after the game, Coach asked me to talk to the team, which I was really not, prepared to do. But, I can talk basketball pretty much anytime, Chris. Yeah. So I just talked a little basketball with them. And I told Coach Ford, I said, I like that guy. You remember that, Coach Ford?
I remember that. Yep.
I said, I like that guy. What number?
Number 30, and I told him he was a sophomore.
Yeah, number 30. I said, I like that guy. That guy shares the ball. That guy makes other players better, okay? I told Coach Ford that out in the hallway, Scott. And I didn't know that he was only a sophomore. Yeah. I figured he was a senior, maybe a junior. So I was really surprised, okay? And he stood out, and he was the best passer on the team, in my opinion, as well. So I'm going to have to go with what little young Alan Daniels said. We got the camera on the best passer on the team right here. Okay, Sonny, tell me, have you always been a great passer?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. And what happened to turn you into a great passer?
I just like getting my team involved.
Okay. And you don't shoot a whole lot then, huh?
No, not really.
Mainly pass?
Yeah.
Okay. You rebound a little bit, though, too.
Yeah.
I saw some rebounds. That night, Coach Ford. And I was really impressed with Sonny as sophomore. Now, I don't know, where is Khalil? Khalil's there. Where is Aaron? Aaron disappeared. I got to always go back to the seniors here. And I'm going to go, okay. And I'm going to go back to, they were probably out there signing our studio wall.
Yeah.
There you go. Got the Sharpie.
They're getting all the top stuff.
Got the Sharpie.
No, I'm noticing the top of the wall tends to be all the timeout with Coach Miller guests.
Your guy, Aaron had the Sharpie in his hand. Now, Khalil and Aaron, what I want to know from you, I'm going to let you guys give me that thumbs up or thumbs down, or just like you can shake the hand in the middle. I asked earlier if Alan Daniels might be a guy who could be good enough to be on the city underclassmen all-star team. Now I'm going to ask that about Sonny.
Thumbs.
So maybe yes, maybe no. From Aaron Khalil, what do you got? So it's not quite here. It's more
He's
here.
turning it up, but he hasn't turned it up yet.
The arrow is pointing up.
Okay. Coach Ford, what does Sonny need to do to take his game to the next level then?
The one thing that that we've been trying to get him to understand is that he's young. And we ask a whole lot of him because he has to rebound. And rebounding is not something that a lot of players like to do. But he accepted the challenge, went from being a bench player to now starting. And, you know, it's a process because as we rebuild, we're starting to get piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting younger and younger.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
a guy like him next year is going to shine. And when the playoffs come, I know.
Okay, gotcha. I have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Go ahead. Caller, you're on the air.
What's up, Coach? This is Wilson.
Wilson from Crenshaw. Wilson from Crenshaw. Wilson, I want to give you a special shout out because I was at your game tonight, and I saw Crenshaw on senior night, and I saw Wilson, and I saw Wilson dominate. Wilson, you were all over the court tonight. I want to give you a special shout out for that, and you guys blew out Locke. And it was never a game. You guys just crushed them. And, you know, I mean, you guys looked great tonight. How was that dinner after the game, by the way?
It was good, you know.
Okay. Who's with you, Wilson, right now?
My teammate, Jerry Anthony, number 15.
Okay. I saw him play.
Rightful man on Instagram.
Okay. Where is Chimizi?
Oh, Termizi. I think he went home.
Oh, okay. So I saw you and him just kind of, you know, block shots and dominate and rebound and stuff. And I want to give you a special shout out. Thank you for calling into the show.
Thanks.
You played great, and I was very impressed. And we're going to have Crenshaw in studio one of these days soon. We're going to have your team in.
Okay.
Manual Arts beat you to the punch, though. Manual Arts is here.
Toilers.
Okay, Manual Arts is here. They're in studio tonight, and
Manual Arts K. Okay.
But we want to get you guys in studio too. We want to get the Crenshaw Cougars in studio too. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Wilson, thank you for calling.
Toilers.
Okay, so back to Sonny now. Sonny, you heard what Coach said. You heard what your teammates said, the seniors. They said, you know, you're close, but you're not there. You heard what Coach said. What do you think? You think they're right?
Yeah, I think they're right.
You think they're right?
Yeah.
What do you think of your game?
Well, I think I just need to get more aggressive and rebound.
What's holding you back?
I don't know.
What's holding you back from being more aggressive?
Nothing.
Because if you know you need to be more aggressive, then you can always be more aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chris, go ahead. You know, drill him down a little bit on this.
Okay. So what do you think? What do you think you need to work on?
Rebounding.
What aspect of it? Besides being aggressive, what aspect of it?
Like getting offensive, defensive boards.
Okay, but is it your positioning? Is it your blocking out? Is it what do you need to work on to get more rebounds?
More boxing out.
Okay. Do you think you do a good job of boxing out now?
I think I'll do it okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what's stopping you from being better at boxing out?
I just get lazy sometimes.
There you go.
Okay. See, Chris is drilling you down. That's what we need. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Player.
So, Chris, you know, what else you got? I mean, lazy sometimes. So, I mean,
what grade are you in? You're 10th grade, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're still young. And
Are you 15 or 16?
15.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
In March 19th.
Okay, so you're about to be 16. It's time to step it up then. That's what Chris is saying. It's time to step it up. Why be lazy? Why forget?
Where's my seniors at? Bring my two seniors back in here.
Now
they're all standing in the wall.
Sonny, I've seen you play myself, and I was very, very impressed with your ability. But when Chris is drilling you down, and when your teammates, the seniors, are saying you're kind of close, but you're not quite there, and when Coach is saying what you need to do. You got to listen to that and you got to step it up. It's your future.
Now, I'm going to blame this on you. I asked him what's stopping him from getting more rebounds. He said boxing out. What's stopping him from boxing out? Sometimes he gets lazy. Why is he getting lazy? We, as in the whole team?
We gotta run because we're a team, so if you're being lazy, then everybody gotta run.
Okay, I like that.
I like that too.
Okay. All right, now
I know you like that, Coach.
Yeah, you know
I gotta
What
defend
coach doesn't
Sonny.
like
I gotta
running?
defend Sonny.
Okay.
I gotta
Sonny?
defend him.
Okay.
As a young player, Sonny knows about help defense.
Okay.
So he's rebounding, but he's inexperienced. But as the season is progressing,
So he gets out of position
coming.
sometimes.
He's coming. He's only out of position because he's helping his defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's helping his team for one reason or another. So what he's doing is he's developing leadership, but he's quiet. He's doing
Okay.
it by example.
Gotcha.
Right.
And that's what I love about Sonny.
There
Okay.
you
Doing
go.
the work the other players don't like doing.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I and this is the truth. When I saw Sonny play, I was very impressed with his ability and his potential. Now, Coach, tell me about the young man sitting right next to you.
It's the dark man.
The
The dark man. That's what we call him.
the dark
The
man.
dark man.
Okay.
He just, I just send him in the game. He's the energy guy. Just go in. I don't care if you foul. I don't care if you dive on the floor. Just get the energy going.
I'm going to have to turn the camera around now. Okay, I got you right here. Okay, now, we've got these other cameras all over the place, so we still got you, but we got different angles on you now. Okay, so what do you do best?
Defense.
Defense? Because remember, when I asked, I said, who is the best defender who could guard, right? Aaron Taylor, the shooter, and he called you up. Okay, Coach, what's his name?
Terrell
Terrell what?
Robinson.
Terrell Robinson. What grade, Terrell?
11.
11th grade. Okay, Terrell, are you a great defensive stopper?
I mean, it's better than my offense.
Okay, all right. I hear that.
He's long, brings length.
Okay, block some shots, Coach?
You know what? Like I said, this is our second year with the program,
Uh-huh.
and it's night and day from last year, and it's a testament to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
We just had Big Soul walked in. We had his son right here. He's probably one of the best shooters in the Coliseum League.
Nice.
Soul Jr. But where we're going with the young guys is this guy brings length, attitude, and we just got to mold him into what he can become.
Nice.
Once he realizes his potential and keep his attitude in check, sky's the limit for him.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we like all these young players, don't we, Chris? There's
Yeah,
a bright
'cause, you know,
future at Manual Arts.
Yeah, that means what they're teaching you guys is what you teach the next ones that come. So each one teach one, right?
Yeah.
So how they're setting the example for you guys have to set the example for the next ones that are coming up.
Gotcha. That's good advice, Chris. So, okay, well, let's take a very, very short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring Coach Ford's assistants on next, and we're going to sit them down, talk to them. Jeremy, run me one commercial, and let's go to break. Hey, it's Coach Miller. You're listening to my show, Time Out with Coach Miller. I want to talk to you today about my favorite car dealership located in beautiful Hollywood, California. It's called Gem Motors. Gem Motors is located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard. If you want a high-end automobile that's at a great price, whether it's a BMW, a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a Porsche, go to my friends at Gem Motors. They have a beautiful indoor dealership located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard, right across from Home Depot. Go see my friends at Gem Motors. Tell them Coach Miller sent you and get a special discount. The phone number is area code 323-962-9696. 323-962-9696.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all or be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
If you have any questions for Coach Miller or for the Manual Arts basketball team, you can call up at 1-800-893-9562. That's 1-800-893-9562. And you can also go on to iTunes. You can pull up Time Out with Coach Miller, subscribe for free. Look up all the back issues or back episodes. You can also go to timeoutwithcoachmiller.com. You can also go to skidrowstudios.com. You can also go to YouTube, go to the Skidrow Studios channel, go find Time Out with Coach Miller, and you can watch it that way too. So all sorts of ways to get your fill of Time Out with Coach Miller. And once again, if you have any questions from Manual Arts, call 1-800-893-9562.
Nice. Thank you, Scott, for taking care of that for us. And I'm excited to be back in studio. I've got Coach D over here across from me. Coach D, say hello.
How you doing?
Okay. Coach D's got that. That's why I went to him first, Scott. He's got that. You feel that?
Yes.
That power, that voice. Let's do that one more time. Coach D, say hello.
How you doing?
Could you do that? Giddy up, ba-doom bop, ba-doom bop.
Yes, sir.
I think Coach D has got the presence.
Yes.
Okay. Coach D has been with you for about 10 years, huh, Coach Ford?
Yes.
You guys have been doing a lot of good things together.
It's my right-hand man right there.
Okay.
We don't even need to know what we're going to do, and we know what we're going to do.
You already
if
know.
That made sense.
You already know. Okay.
Did you guys play together?
No.
Okay.
Well, we played a little pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just been a blessing that me and him were brought together in the coaching arena. Now we have our own program trying to bring Manual back to where we supposed to be.
And doing a good job, I might add. So, Coach D, tell me in your mind, what do you think Coach Ford's biggest accomplishments have been so far? I know there's a lot more to come, but so far in reviving this program. Give us your thoughts on that.
Dedication. It's dedication, and also just looking at the second year of our process, just, having you come out to the games and having a couple of JUCO programs coming out to the games, looking at these kids. And it's just his energy, what he brings to the table. He's a fair man. Honesty.
Yeah, very honest and high energy. I kind of expressed that, Scott, to you earlier. You have to see it to believe it. Coach Ford is high energy, and I'm very impressed with them, and Coach D as well.
Coach D, I like that bracelet. So was it just grind on both, or is that like?
Yeah. Yes, it's one of our former players, Mike. He has a company called Grind Hard.
Oh, okay.
Never take a day off.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. Yeah, I like that a lot. Now, next to me, to my left, is Coach Doherty.
How you doing? I'm trying to have the cool, smooth voice.
He's an actor, by the way. He's an actor.
Yeah, but I lost my voice, so that's how I can get close to go.
I can see him taking selfies earlier.
Yeah, I like
me up.
I like that.
He's been in Criminal Minds.
Oh, really?
A lot of commercials.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can catch me currently on the TV show Major Crimes. I'm a recurring guest star. I play this guy named Kendall on the show. So he's on the front cover of the DVD of season 1. He just got picked up for season 3.
Nice.
It's been going really well. But what's been beautiful, I have the best of both worlds. The blessing is being able to work at Manual Arts High School and then meeting Coach Ford. I'm not going to lie, how he looked out for me and was like, let me tell you about, he was like, Coach D, I want to introduce you to Coach D too. And
Nice.
I want you to be a part of the way he shared this program. And he inspired me. It made me realize, there's a quotation they say, it's not what you look at, it's what you see.
That's right.
And what
that's
Coach
a great
Ford
quotation.
saw and what he continues to see, it's like the seed he's planted and it's growing. And it's one of those things, be ready. Y'all going to see. And it's like, if you're not on board now, or you're going to be on board later, you're going to wish you were on at the beginning. So I like what he's creating. the foundation that he's starting to build, that it's a strong foundation. It's not about hype. It has some substance. So I'm just grateful to be a part of this team.
Well, it's great to have you in studio, and I want to say that Coach Doherty is coaching the JV team, and I think that's great. You know, he's part of the program, and he's there for the guys, and I appreciate that. I'll tell you why, because my first high school coaching job was actually coaching a Frosh Soft team at Blair High School in Pasadena. And then after a year of that, Coach D, I coached the JV team for 2 years. And so I can really appreciate, you know, that coming up and coaching at that level, because I did that myself, and I learned a lot doing that, made a lot of mistakes, and luckily I learned from those mistakes. And, you know, that's how I started. And, you know, ended up having a little bit of a good run here and there, different points in my career. And so I can really appreciate the fact that what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And it's kind of like an unsung hero. You know, you're coaching the JV team, and a lot of people don't always appreciate that or pay attention to that. Right. Hey, we have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, I just want to say hi, Emmanuel.
How you doing?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, man, yards.
Toilers.
Go Toilers.
All right.
We got a
Toilet pride. That's what I'm talking about.
We got a big shout out for Manual Arts here.
That's how you do. That's how we do.
I like that. That sounds like someone that got almost as much energy as Coach Ford. Almost, but not quite.
Sounds like a street team.
Yeah. Thank you for calling in. Did you have a question or not? Or just a shout out?
We just want to wish the team a good luck.
Okay.
And we just want to let them know that we love them and we support them all the way.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that call. We've got another call.
Sounds like some tea is done.
Yeah. We've got another call. I'm going to ask Jeremy to bump him up. And we'll take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, I have a question for Coach Ford.
For Coach Ford. Coach Ford, what do you got? You got a question for Coach Ford. Go ahead.
Like, transitioning next year, where do you see this program going for the Manuards Toilers?
Within the next year?
Like, how do you think that the end of this year is going to end for you? Or where do you see yourself ending this year at the end of the year? Or what do you expect?
We have 2 games left in the season. We have a big game next Wednesday against Fremont. We'll take that challenge, finish up at West Adams, and see where we fall in the seeding process in Division III. Once we get in Division III, we ramp up the practices, and it's time to go to another level. I expect a championship out of this group. Nothing less.
Coach Ford, where do you caller, did you have another question?
No, sir.
Thank you for calling in. So, Chris, you had a question.
Coach Ford, now you've been with this program for 2 years. You've seen it, you know, not at the bottom, but you guys started
at the bottom.
Okay, we'll say you started from the bottom. Now you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
So your long range plan is, if you go step by step, is to win your league, win a city championship, get into the state playoffs. Correct.
My goal for Manual Arts is to take it back to prominence, back to #1 in the nation. When we came in, we had let everybody who didn't want to be at Manual transfer. We listened to all the people in the community say Manual is nothing. We took that all in and said, you know what? We got a job to do. We were at Washington the year before with Coach Johnson, who reintroduced us back to the game. We were fortunate enough to get the job at Manual Arts. And now the building process is probably ahead of where we thought we were going to be, and we have to catch ourselves sometimes and say, yo, man, this is only the second year.
Right.
And I told the guys yesterday, I said, you know what, it's a testament to you guys, it's hard work. No matter win or lose, there's always adversity in competition. But if we continue to grow, and everybody know at the end of the day, when you play Manual Arts, you know you've been in the ball game.
Yep.
I can take that.
I think Fremont knew that the night I saw you guys play. I mean, that was back and forth, and they pulled away a little bit at the end, Coach D. But
Yes, sir.
I mean, they walked out of there knowing they had to sweat and work to win that game. They were in a ball game. So I agree with what Coach Ford said. Hey, we have another caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Manuel and let him know we support him, that we love him. A special shout out to my nephew, Little Soul. Just wanted to let him know that we're here for him the whole time, win or lose.
So
that's our boy there.
Oh, okay.
Who's Little Soul?
Right there.
Okay.
Get the shy one with the afro.
He's a good shooter, Little Soul. I've seen him shoot. He's a good shooter. He's going to come on the air here in a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. If you're watching, you'll see him, and if not, you can catch him on YouTube if you go to our channel later on. Thank you for calling in. You'll see Little Soul on the air in a couple of minutes. Okay, so Coach D, I really appreciate loyal assistants and people that have been, together for a while, because I have that on my staff as well, and so I want to give you and Coach Doherty a lot of props, a lot of credit for doing what you do and for helping Coach Ford build this thing into something special. And I think it is going to be something special soon. Mm-hmm. So let's take a very, very quick break, Jeremy, and we'll come right back. Hey, this is Coach Miller. I'm excited to tell you about my new instructional videos that are on DVDs, produced and distributed by Scoreboard Media out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Scoreboard Media is a great outfit. They also publish books on recruiting and basketball. But what I want to tell you about is to make sure you get a chance to see my post-play DVDs. If you want to become a better post player, score more in the post, and be more effective for your team, why not check out my DVDs? These great instructional videos will really help improve your game. Scoreboard Media is the place to get them at.
Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
We're back. We're live. Welcome back to Time Out with Coach Miller. And we are still in studio with Manual Arts High School. And Coach Ford, we've got a couple of new guys here on the air with us. So I'm going to get, this is Little D, right? This is
a DJ.
This is Coach D's son. I'm going to get him a close up right here. Okay. What should I call you, Little D?
No, you can call me DJ.
DJ? Okay.
Sir.
DJ, what grade are you in?
I'm in the ninth.
Ninth grade. Wow.
I was waiting for him to come sit down because he was over there skinning and grinning, waiting to get in. So don't think I didn't see that.
Okay. All right. So DJ, ninth grade.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you on the JV?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Excellent. So you play for Coach Doherty?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Nice. Okay. How are you doing this year? How's your season?
Well, it's going good.
How are you doing?
I believe I'm doing good. I'm doing good on the defensive end.
Okay. Excellent. You play hard?
Yes, sir.
I would think so. I bet your daddy wouldn't let you not play hard.
Yeah, you don't have no problems out of him, huh?
That's
exactly.
He my responsibility right there. I got to watch him.
Yeah, I see. Okay. So you're really blessed to have a great father who is a basketball coach and just a great coach, a head coach, and Coach Ford. And you're going to be off to big things, it sounds like, pretty soon in the future.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me what you like about basketball. What makes you want to play basketball?
Just like running down the court and then the person coming towards you and you just break them. Then you hear everybody scream.
Yeah.
Then you just dish the ball. And then my boy right here just hit the three, and I'll just walk away with my assist.
Nice. Now your boy right here is Elijah, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think, Elijah, what's your last name?
Phillips.
Now, I think Elijah played his first varsity game tonight. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Elijah, welcome to our show. And Congratulations on your first varsity game.
Thank you, sir.
How did you do today?
Did good.
You did good?
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
When I got in, Khalil passed me the ball, and I made the 3.
Nice. So not only, Chris, did he play his first varsity game.
Got his first 3-pointer.
And he hit a 3.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you hit your shot, tell the truth, because I'm going to tell you when my first basket, I still remember it. Did you run down court grinning?
Yes, I did.
My first shot when I played varsity as a freshman in high school, I hit a shot from the side, from the short corner, probably about 10, 12 feet out. I don't know how you do it, but I banked it in. It hit off the edge of the backboard and went in.
That happened to me before.
I could not get that grin off my face for the rest of the game. So I know how you feel. Nice.
I think Chris still has that grin on his face from that first basket. As a 9th grader. That was a long time ago. He still remembers it.
A long time ago.
That's the point. You're going to always remember, no matter how old you are, this first varsity basket. It's special. That's exciting, and I'm happy that we got to talk about that here on our show. Wait, let me get you here in honor of the first varsity basket. Okay, Elijah, we got you right here. Okay, so did you make any other baskets tonight?
Nah, that was my only 3.
Your only 3. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that you made that one. And we're excited. He's going to be a good player, huh, Coach?
Well, it was an interesting story with him. Met him as a 9th grader, and Elijah was underperforming academically.
Oh, okay.
But this year he comes into my office and he was like, "Coach, I'm ready." I'm like, "What you mean you ready? I had you in my PE class. I know you're not ready." "No, Coach, I got all A's and B's." I said, "Bring me that report card." He had all A's and B's.
Wow.
I'm like, whoa, okay.
Wow.
Let's get him out on the court. But Elijah, got a lot of potential. He just has to, his temperament, in basketball for him is what's evening him out. So actually he's giving Coach Doherty fits. So I moved him up to varsity so I can keep an eye on him.
Okay.
But I don't believe in sitting players. So I'm like, I want to see if he's going to be a team player and root for his teammates on the court.
Sure.
So I sat him and watched him, and I seen him rah-rah, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get him in. So 41 seconds left in the game against Hugh Park. I called him. He walked. I said, "No, go sit back down. You're on varsity. Run to the table." He ran to the table. The guys made sure he got the ball, knocked down the 3.
That's nice.
Classic story.
Nice. That's a great story. Okay.
It's a great story. But you know what's the best part about that story? You got your grades up.
3.125.
There you go.
Nice. What's
that grade point average?
3.125.
Oh, that's great.
That's real important.
Now, DJ, how's your grades?
My grades are good.
How good?
They're good enough for now, but I know next.
Are they good enough, Dad?
Yeah, they're not good enough, but he knows what he got.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because good enough for you is not good enough for him.
Right.
Okay, so, but we're going to work on that next year, though, right?
Yes, Coach.
Because you see what your boy just did. You passing him the assist. Now he got to pass you the assist and get them grades right too, right?
Right.
So next time we see you, we're gonna be in the 3s, right?
Right.
There we go.
Okay.
How'd you get your grades up this year?
Well, my 9th grade year, they sent me to a continuation school.
Okay.
So they let me come back, and they said that if I didn't get it together, then they was gonna send me to a non-public.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go to a non-public. I just got my act right, and I just decided to play basketball.
So how did you buckle down to actually, get those grades up? I mean, it's one thing to want to do it. It's another thing to actually accomplish that task. How did you do that?
I mean, turn my homework in on time, respect the teachers, and that's basically it. Just, I was talking back to my teachers.
Yeah. That's good.
Asking for help when you needed it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Talking back doesn't really get you anywhere, does it, Scott?
No.
I mean,
it gets you in trouble.
Yeah, well, it gets you in trouble. Yeah.
Been on the hot seat a lot.
Yeah.
Now
you get ticked it up to a 3.5.
Yeah, right.
Now you can write your ticket.
That's a good point. I hope you heard what he said. If you get those high grades, you'll be able to do a lot of things with yourself. Now, I have a saying I like that I tell my players all the time, but it doesn't just apply to basketball. It applies to life. but it's a really, really important thing. I call it a truism, and here it is: you can be right, or you can be happy, but you can't be both. So you need to think about that. So when you're talking back to teachers or to anyone, what are you trying to do? Which one of those two are you trying to do?
Be happy?
No.
You're talking back to her. You're trying to be right.
You're trying to
Sounding like bad me.
You're trying to be right, right? Like when you're talking back to someone, that's kind of like arguing, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to be right. And the result is you're not going to be happy. You can be right. Think about that tonight. You can be right or you can be happy.
And don't watch the comedy channel.
But you can't be both. So just something to think about. I think that'll help you a lot. Okay, Jeremy, let's take a quick break, and we're going to have one more round of guests from Manual Arts. Here we go. Quick break. This is Coach Miller from Time Out with Coach Miller. I'm here excited to tell you about Medicus Graphics Center located in Los Angeles, California. Medicus is the official printer and graphic designer of Time Out with Coach Miller. Medicus does a tremendous job for any printing need from big to small. Whether you want to print a book or a 4-color poster or business cards, go see my friends at Medicus Graphics Center in Los Angeles, California, located at 2030 Hyperion Avenue. Tell them Coach Miller sent you. Medicus will take care of you like they've taken care of me.
Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like who ready to lose first. 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career.
Hey, we're back. We're live. Welcome back to Time Out with Coach Miller. We've had a great show, Scott. It's moving fast. We don't have a lot of time left, but we've got a couple more Manual Arts guests to get to. So we've got Little Soul and Big Soul?
Little Soul and Big Soul.
The Soul Brothers.
The Soul Brothers. Little Soul and Big Soul. I got Little Soul next to me on my left, and he is a shooter. Little Soul, say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so what do you do, Little Soul, besides shoot? Because I already know you can shoot. I saw you play. What
Sleep
else?
and eat.
Sleep and eat.
Yes, that's what he does a lot.
But I meant on the court.
That too.
Well, on the court, I'm never really selfish. I usually just pass the ball, mostly to my teammates and down low.
Okay.
Mostly to Levert and Sonny.
Okay, nice. You know, Sonny does a lot of passing too.
Yeah,
doesn't
he
he?
does.
Let me ask you a question. Is Sonny the best passer on the team?
Yeah, I got to say he's the best passer.
Okay, I agree with you. I think Sonny is a great passer. So
Soul's not bad.
Okay.
He's very unselfish.
Okay, but we didn't asking about him like I've done with all the other players. I say, tell me about them. So you say Sonny is the best of all those guys out there, right out there in our studio. Sonny the best passer, right?
Yeah, I got to say.
Okay.
Okay, Sonny's the best passer. Who's the best shooter?
Well, I got to say I'm the best shooter.
There you go. Who's the best ball handler?
It's between Aaron and Khalil.
Who's the best rebounder?
Wait, Chris, let's make him pick one. You say between Aaron and Khalil. Now you pick who is the best ball handler.
I think it's Khalil.
You think it's Khalil?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we got the best guards in the Coliseum League by far.
Okay.
A lot of teams in the Coliseum League have bigs like View Park and Crenshaw, but they don't have guards. And I think our 3 guards are the best guards in the Coliseum League.
Nice. Okay, good. Hey, we have a caller. Let me take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Joanna. I just want to give a shout out to the Maynard players and to Coach Ron. Been knowing him since I was in elementary, and he's always been a very good motivator from the youth program. And I'm very proud to say that now he's my nephew's coach, Little Soul. And just shout out, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Nice. I like it. We have a family affair here. I like it. Thank you for calling in and giving a shout out to Little Soul. Now, I'm going to talk to Big Soul in a minute, but before I do, because a shout out just happened, I'm going to give a little shout out. I'm going to give a little shout out to Coach Craig Stover. Chris, Scott, do you remember when we had Coach Stover in studio with his wife? Coach Stover is listening right now, and a special shout out to him. I was with him yesterday at the LMU game. His son, Nick Stover, started. I saw Nick play.
Yeah.
And things didn't go well for them. They got hammered by St. Mary's, who's going to be on next. But was a big shout out to Craig Stover, Coach Craig Stover, and the Student Athlete Lab, and his beautiful wife, Mrs. Stover, and great people, and they're doing great things to help young people out there in the Southern California basketball area. So let's go to Big Soul. Big Soul,
yeah.
Let's
What's up,
talk.
brother?
Let's talk. What do you got going for me? What do you think about your son? Talk to me.
I think he just needs to be whooped on a little bit more. I tell Coach D and Coach Ford that they just need to be more aggressive with him.
Mm-hmm.
He tends to, go into a shell if he misses a shot here and there. I think they just need to be a little more stronger and push him more to be more aggressive on the court. But like I said, I still think we have the best three-guard combination in the city right now with Khalil and Aaron. They're real aggressive. Khalil's Euro step is probably like the best in the Coliseum. I don't see anybody that stops him. If he wants to get 30, he's going to get 30. Aaron the same way. They're really aggressive, with the game. So I definitely think that, we're a step away from being at the top of the Coliseum League, but with the guard play that we have, we're coming along. And if it was a little earlier in the season with the way we're playing and with the aggressiveness that we're playing and the rebounding that we're doing, I think we would have did a little bit better. But, it's a growing experience, and we're doing pretty good with the rebounding. But definitely our guards are strong, and we have two Aarons, actually. And he's been turning into a really good shooter. Right. Our second Aaron has been turning into a really good shooter. From the perimeter, he shoots that rainbow three, but it definitely goes in for him.
Yep. We had Aaron on earlier, and I like the second Aaron because he talks really good. He's up there.
He reminds me of Stevenson from the Pacers. Like he walks the walk, he talks the talk. Yeah. He got a lot of heart. So we're small, but we're aggressive at the same time. So I really like what they're doing over at Manual. I think we just need to get more respect. From the Coliseum League for what we're doing.
Well, respect is earned.
Yeah, you win, they respect you.
That's exactly
if they don't, you just knock them in the mouth.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I appreciate that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get knocked in the mouth by the boss here in a minute if I don't wrap this thing up and get St. Mary's on the air. So I'm going to take one more quick commercial break, Jeremy, because I don't want to leave anyone out. I'm going to bring in this young man who hasn't been on the air yet. I'm going to bring Khalil back, and we're going to wrap up this thing with Manual Arts. So, Jeremy, run a quick commercial for me, please. Thank you. Hey, it's Coach Miller. You're listening to my show, Time Out with Coach Miller. I want to talk to you today about my favorite car dealership located in beautiful Hollywood, California. It's called Gem Motors. Gem Motors is located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard. If you want a high-end automobile that's at a great price, whether it's a BMW, a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a Porsche, go to my friends at Gem Motors. They have a beautiful indoor dealership located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard, right across from Home Depot. Go see my friends at Gem Motors. Tell them Coach Miller sent you and get a special discount. The phone number is area code 323-962-9696. 323-962-9696.
State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. from '08, going down to '93. He was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to the real. Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.
Okay, we're back. We're live. We're on the air. We are still at Skidrow Studios. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on YouTube. We are a live simulcast show. We go worldwide, and we've got great listeners, Scott. We've had a lot of calls tonight, and we're going to wrap up Manual Arts here. We've had a great time with them in the studio. I've got Khalil Flowers to my left.
Yep, Khalil is back.
And I've got Khalil back to help me close this out, and I got the camera trained right on him. Okay, say hi, Khalil. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, all right. Khalil, I'm going to have you introduce Spider-Man.
Oh, man, that ain't my name.
That's what he told me.
That's Levert Williams.
And what do you call him?
Call him anything that's like a long insect.
Anything that's a long insect.
That jumps high.
It jumps? I like that answer. Okay. So Levert Williams has a vert. He has a vertical.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he it's a hidden vertical that he didn't know he had until a couple games ago.
Okay, I got you. Okay, Levert, you're a senior, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you do best?
Jumping.
Yes,
sir.
Do you also run track?
No, sir.
Okay, you might want to think about that if you're a good jumper and a good athlete, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Khalil, what do you like about Levert's game?
I like that. This is Levert's first year playing basketball.
Okay.
Oh, really?
And to come in on varsity and like play with players that's probably been playing since like middle school and stuff, and rebound and box out, I think is like I appreciate that.
Nice.
'Cause, like I've been playing for a while, and for him to just come in for 1 year and like work hard for our team and stuff like that, I appreciate Levert.
Nice. Okay, good. That's a big compliment.
Thank you.
Okay, it's a big compliment. What do you like, since it's your first year playing, what do you like about being on a varsity basketball team?
Just the crowd and everybody paying attention to one particular player.
Okay. So you like the excitement? And,
yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement in that Manual Arts gym now with Coach Ford there. So,
did you play another sport previously?
I tried to play football, but the coach, he weird. So I didn't mess with him.
So you couldn't play football, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're playing basketball. And Khalil, now tell me here, I want to go back to Sonny over here. I'm going to go back to Sonny. Sonny didn't say much, but when I saw you all play that game, I came to see you play. He passed that ball and he rebounded. So tell me, let's kind of go back to Sonny for a minute before we leave. What do you like about playing with Sonny?
Well, being a sophomore and like trying to like grow up and like be into the hype of being like what Coach Ford wants a Manual Arts player to be, I think that he is slowly filling that role. Like tonight against a dude that was like 6'10", he rebounded good against him, boxed him out good. Even though calls wasn't going our way, he still played. He didn't complain and made some good shots down the stretch.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, Chris, is that when I saw the game is Sonny would get bumped around or something, he didn't complain. He didn't look for a call.
Very
and,
good attribute.
Cry and whine, and I don't like that because, I'm really big on this one thing, and I only have one tonight, Scott, with me, but I'm going to go by Manual Arts. I'm going to bring one for everybody in the program, but this is one of our sponsors, and I brought this for Coach Ford.
Power moves.
And we have a saying that we like, and everybody on my team wears this, and it says, make yourself stronger than your excuses. Power Moves Only, PMO. This one is for Coach Ford, but I'm going to bring,
thank you,
from our sponsor, I'm going to bring some for everyone on the Manual Arts team. And see, that's what I like about Sonny is he's not out there making excuses. And you're never going to get anywhere in life. You're never going to get ahead in the game of basketball or in anything, okay, if you make excuses. So making yourself stronger in your excuses is an important thing. And I saw that in Sonny. So I appreciate you, Khalil, pointing that out when you said he doesn't whine and cry and he doesn't, he's getting spump around and he's not looking for the referee to bail him out. I think that's really important. So I want to thank Manual Arts team and Coach Ford for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Hopefully you guys had a great time. We had a great time. We had a great time having you in, and we're gonna come and see you play before the season closes out.
I appreciate it.
Let's tell the schedule before we go. What's your next game? Is on Wednesday?
Wednesday at Fremont. 2:30 and 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock for the varsity?
Yes.
Wednesday, 4 o'clock at Fremont. And what about Friday?
Friday, 5:30 and 7 at West Adams.
Okay, 5:30 for JV and 7 for the varsity at West Adams. So I definitely need to catch one of those games next week, and I'm excited about that. And let's hope that Manual wins a couple games here and gets into the playoffs, Scott.
That'd be great.
Division III, they got a chance to go a long way. A long way.
Haven't seen you guys on the court yet this year, but in person, you guys are definitely a playoff caliber. Playoff caliber as young men and as a team.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you, Coach Ford, for bringing the team in tonight, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Jeremy, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back with St. Mary's College.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Gets so hot in this second.
Jeremy.
Thank you.
Guys, for coming
Ready?
in.
Thanks
Let's
for
take a
coming
quick.
in.
Hey, it's Coach Miller. You're listening to my show, Time Out with Coach Miller. I want to talk to you today about my favorite car dealership located in beautiful Hollywood, California. It's called Gem Motors. Gem Motors is located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard. If you want a high-end automobile that's at a great price, whether it's a BMW, a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a Porsche, go to my friends at Gem Motors. They have a beautiful indoor dealership located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard, right across from Home Depot. Go see my friends at Gem Motors. Tell them Coach Miller sent you and get a special discount. The phone number is area code 323-962-9696. 323-962-9696.
Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
This is Coach Miller from Time Out with Coach Miller. I'm here excited to tell you about Medicus Graphics Center located in Los Angeles, California. Medicus is the official printer and graphic designer of Time Out with Coach Miller. Medicus does a tremendous job for any printing need from big to small, whether you want to print a book or a 4-color poster or business cards. Go see my friends at Medicus Graphics Center in Los Angeles, California, located at 2030 Hyperion Avenue. Tell them Coach Miller sent you. Medicus will take care of you like they've taken care of me.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all to be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
Hey, that was a lot of fun. Scott, I'm glad to be back on the air, and I was really glad to have Manual Arts High School in studio tonight. That was a great time, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were a really fun young team. Yeah, a bunch of good kids.
Yeah, I like their team. I like that energy. You can feel it, right?
Yeah, and just a really strong attitude. You can see the way the upperclassmen, they work to carry the younger players, the underclassmen, and that's always good when your leader players can actually help teach the new players.
Yeah, no question. And they only had 3 seniors on their roster, and they had some good younger underclassmen. So,
which is going to serve them well. In the years to come.
No kidding. Now, listen, we alluded to this earlier tonight when we talked about St. Mary's and how they smashed Loyola yesterday.
Yep.
And on the air, we've got Jim Shaw from St. Mary's College. Jim, are you there?
I'm here.
Jim, thanks for calling in. Our studio is now vacant, and it's just Coach Miller and his crew, his team in here. And we don't have a lot of time. I know we went overtime with Manual Arts, and probably Coach Bennett's already in bed tonight, huh?
Yes, he is. He shut it down about a half an hour ago.
Well, I appreciate you being able to step in and come on our show for a few minutes. And I was at your game yesterday, and boy, you guys took Loyola Marymount to the woodshed.
Well, we got off to a great start, and you coach long enough to when you go on the road, one of the things you want to do is, if at all possible, throw the first punch and get that lead and establish yourselves. And we played from the front the whole night, which is much easier to do, especially when you're on the road.
Yeah, there's no question. They kind of you really buried him early, and they kind of cut into it at a certain point, it looked like, and kind of made it kind of respectable, but it was never really a game, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a hard hole for them to dig themselves out of. Obviously, I think it was 14-0 at the start, and I agree. I mean, they got it to single digits a few times, but never really felt as if they turned a corner on the thing.
Yeah, you never felt like you were in jeopardy at any time, did you?
No, we would have liked to have closed out the first half a little better, just for the simple fact that you're always trying to play as well as you possibly can, and we started both halves really good. Just the biggest thing was wish we would have finished out the first half a little better and maybe turned it over a few less times.
Yeah, I agree. And, I got to say, Jim, I mean, I like your team. You guys are unselfish. You share the ball. You have good ball movement, good floor spacing. But, this is not one of the best St. Mary's teams I've seen in the last decade. I mean, this is not, a team that, is a world beater team, is it?
Well, the last 6 years, every year has been 25 or more wins and postseason appearances, and in comparing this team to those teams, I think it's probably just doesn't quite have as much star power, for lack of a better term. I mean, you had Matthew Dellavedova for 4 years, who's playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You had Patty Mills before that, who's playing for the San Antonio Spurs. You had Mickey McConnell squeezed in between the two of them, who's with the Dallas Mavericks D-League team. And so I think you're probably correct in saying that we're not quite as deep and don't quite have maybe that big star that the teams had, especially on the perimeter.
Yeah, but that said, the floor spacing is really good, and guys are moving the ball, and I like the spirit that I saw out there. I thought there was really good team spirit. It seemed like the guys liked playing together. Obviously, I think Coach Bennett's leadership is really outstanding. I think leadership is something that is not appreciated as much. There are many, many people that are coaching at your level in Division I basketball that may be good basketball coaches. They may have good basketball minds, Scott. Chris, they may be guys that are great recruiters, but they're not necessarily good leaders.
Right.
And Coach Bennett, it was so obvious to me watching the game in person that he's a really good leader for those guys.
Absolutely. I mean, Randy is he is built from the ground up, a lot like he did at LA City, an incredible basketball program. He, not within the coaching circles, but probably outside the coaching circles, is one of the really under-the-radar guys. And his ability to manage a program, lead the program, give his program the personality and identity that he wants it to have, and establish a style of play that fits the personality and identity is really good. And the chemistry and culture within the program are really second to none.
Yeah, and that's important, Jim. You and I have talked about that. The culture that you establish in a Division I program, whether, Chris, it's a culture of hard work or a culture that, like I'll give you guys an example. Colorado State basketball isn't going to wow anybody. They're very vanilla offensively, but there's a culture there of being physically tough and not giving up easy baskets, and that includes in transition. So there's a culture. You can watch them play, and you can see or practice, Scott, and you can see what they're trying to accomplish. Okay, now, it may not be the way I want to play. It may not be the way, Steve Alford wants to play at UCLA. It may not be the way that Randy Bennett wants to play, but there's a culture there of toughness and rebounding and defensive transition, not giving up an easy basket. Now, you can watch Air Force play. There's a culture there, how they're going to play. And I think St. Mary's, Coach Bennett's established that at St. Mary's, like Coach Shaw said. And what I want to say is, here's a guy that took over a program when he came in. They were 1-26. Is that right, Jim?
2-27, actually.
2-27. Well,
and he's turned that program around. That's one of the teams that I really enjoy. I've really enjoyed watching you guys play over the years. I mean, you guys had, from that 2-27 year, you guys have had some battles like with some of the other West Coast Conference schools, especially Gonzaga, where you've gone in there when nobody was beating Gonzaga, and you guys would go in there and beat them. And like Coach Miller just said, you have that culture of you guys are a tough team that. Whether you're playing on the road or playing on at home, when you're playing St. Mary's, you're going to be in a dogfight. The other teams pretty much know it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. And again, within the coaching circles, a lot of it's well known, but over the last decade, St. Mary's is the winningest college basketball program in the state of California, with UCLA being second.
Right.
Over the last 6 years, either fourth or fifth in the country, with Duke and Kansas and Michigan State and us and Gonzaga, I think, are the five winningest programs over the last 6 years. So the level of success at a place which really before Randy got there had very, very minimal tradition has certainly been built up and established. And he's the one that's in every team picture. So he certainly deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I've known Coach Bennett a long time, and I agree with that. Now, Jim, let's talk we don't have much time left. Let's talk a little bit about your game tomorrow. You're going to play Pepperdine. That's going to be a much tougher game than the game yesterday with Loyola Marymount, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, Pepperdine is 7-5. This is the best conference year they've had since when they were, back several years ago for a long, long period of time. Gary Colson and Jim Herrick and Tom Asbury. I mean, Pepperdine was the West Coast Conference power, and this is the best conference start that they've had at 12-game mark in a lot of years. And so tomorrow is a huge, huge game for them. I mean, we're one game ahead of them in the standings, and for us, it's an opportunity to create a little bit of space between ourselves and them, and for them, it's an opportunity to take another step forward. And I agree, it'll be no comparison in terms of what we're going to face, not only in regard to personnel, but also in regard to what they're playing for.
Jim, you make a great point, and I don't think Scott, my special guest co-host, he's from Boston, and I don't think he would know what you just said, so I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to take a few seconds to touch on it. What people don't know is before Gonzaga became the powerhouse, the bully of the WCC and the national program they are, that Pepperdine dominated the WCC, dominated it for a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, they won over 40 consecutive league games at one point.
Wow.
And it might have been longer than a decade.
No, they had great tradition for years and years.
And Jim, they had pros. They were playing, Jeff Lear, Doug Christie. I mean, I can remember these guys. Tommy Lewis. I mean, Coach Herrick had that thing going. Coach Herrick got the UCLA job from Pepperdine, okay? Right. There was a reason why UCLA hired him, because he was winning big at Pepperdine. And we've talked about Coach Herrick on the show. Other than John Wooden, the only coach to win a national championship at UCLA. So,
and those are those games back when I was playing for you where, 8:30, 9:30 at night, Big Monday, that was one of the games, must-see game was a Pepperdine game back then.
Yeah, no question. Jim, good luck tomorrow with that game. I know that's going to be a tough one for you, but if anyone can go in there and win a road game, it's going to be your guys. The St. Mary's Gales are a good team, and we appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck tomorrow with that game.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, well, this has been a great show. Scott, Chris, Eric, you joined us late, but thanks for coming in the studio. We've had a great show tonight, a lot of energy. Jeremy in the sound booth, you've been amazing. Let's close this thing out with our special little Kevin rap song.
Lil Kev.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court, and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all, or be like Chris Paul, shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss. Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like, who ready to lose first? 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. It's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss. State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08, going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to the real. Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.